In this fitting, we're taking a look at jeans on men. So we're gonna work top to bottom in this fitting. The waist needs to fit correctly before we move down the pant leg, tapering, and then ending with the hem. If the waist doesn't sit in the right spot, then the hem could be too short. So we wanna start there. We're gonna ask the customer, how does the waist feel? On a jean, a pant this style with this kind of top stitching, unfortunately, we can't let that out. We can only take that in. So on a jean or a pant, they can only take in the waist. To alter the waist of a jean, we are going to take out all of this top stitching all the way down to here and reset it all. This fabric is too thick to put any pins through. They won't hold. So instead, we're just gonna pinch the right amount and ask the customer, how does that feel? Is that comfortable? If so, then we are just gonna mark it. Now, if the pant is too light colored for chalk, just put a pin there instead to indicate that we're going to take it in that much from the center, and that will be mirrored on the other side. So either a chalk mark or a pin, and then we'll just leave it like that as we move down to the hemline. Now let's move down the pant leg. So the customer feels that this pant leg is too baggy. So we're gonna take a look at the inseam, which has a decorative seam, and the outseam, which doesn't. We're always going to prefer the non-decorative seam. So in this case, we're gonna take this extra width out from this seam, the outseam. I'm gonna start at the hem and just pin up from there. Now, what's important is, can he get his foot out? If he takes the garment off later and cannot get his foot out, that's an important detail. So we're gonna ask him that as he's changing. But right now, we're just gonna take a look at how much we can take out, where there's still looseness and comfort, and I don't wanna come above the mid-thigh. That's about where we're gonna stop. And we're gonna merge these pins out in a nice, natural straight line. Only use as many pins as you need to illustrate how much we're gonna be taking in. And I think one more will do it. Perfect. Then I'm gonna ask the customer to take a few steps and take a look in the mirror themselves. Also, bend the knee up so that we can see, is there enough room for him to move? That looks comfortable to me. Good, perfect. Now we're ready for the hem. So we're gonna come back down on that same leg. Hem is totally a matter of preference, but I'm gonna go to the point where the pant is sitting just above the heel of the shoe. We want the customer to wear any shoe when they're fitting because they're not gonna walk around outside barefoot. So any shoe is better than no shoe, even if it's not necessarily the shoe they'd be wearing. So ask the customer to put the shoes on. And then I'm gonna say that this only needs to come up just about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm gonna pin at the heel, not in the front. The front gets distorted by the break over the shoe, so we are always gonna pin at the back of the heel. Now, we're pinning to hold this crease in place. We're not pinning at the new hemline, we're just holding that amount of material in place. And then we will mark the actual crease, which is that new hemline, later, flat on the table. All right, now we'll ask the customer, what do you think about that length? Turn, look. Does it feel comfortable? Does it look right to you? Perfect. Now we're all set for him to get changed. And again, the only thing we want to ask him is, did you have trouble getting your foot out of the newly tapered pant leg? Other than that, we are good to go.